Oh, I shouldn't have done that, but now I'm going to do this. All right. We good? All right. Well, welcome everyone to our April Town Hall meeting. And you know how we know it's April? Because it's raining outside. That's right, because April showers bring May flowers, or so we hope, right? It feels like it's a little more than April showers. It feels like it's been April deluge of rain and water from the sky almost every day. But they are saying, I did see last night on the news, we get through this, tomorrow's like a windy, kind of cold, blow it out day, and then it's going to warm up and the sun's going to come out. That's the rumor. And it's going to be in the 70s next week. Exactly. So here's to better weather to come. All right. So once again, we have a very, very full agenda of news and information and some fun to share with all of you this morning. So I'm glad to see so many of you here. So we will go ahead and get the show on the road. And I am happy to introduce to you our Administrator and Assistant Executive Director, Debbie Shapiro. Now, please be nice to Debbie, okay? Because this is her first meeting here with us. And I told her how wonderful everybody is at Monroe Village. So please help keep up the ruse, okay? Got it? All right.
So the slide there is what's on the screen. The slide there is what's coming next. Press the space bar, it'll move to the next slide. Because I'm a boomer.
She's a boomer. I need to explain things to her.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing this morning? Like Jay said, this is my first official meeting. I'm a little over a month into Village Point, having a great time there. Great crew. So we'll start with our, can you hear me? Yeah. Yes. We'll start with our report. So we go over the average census at Village Point for the month of March, and it was 109.
All right, Boomer, hit your space bar.
Oh.
Yay.
Okay, Boomer.
Sorry. That's what my daughter refers me to. She refers to me as a boomer. So March was 109 out of 120, which is pretty good. The folks over there do a really great job. I have to say, I've been around in this industry a long time, and I have to say I'm very proud to be working there. Excellent crew. We have 4 neighborhoods at Village Point, and they're 30 beds each. It's very, very nice setup. If you haven't been there, Aspen has 27 folks there. Evergreen has 30. We're full. Sandalwood 24 and Willow 25. Okay. And some news. We had a little bit of a flu outbreak. Unusual for this time of year, but the whole state is high, except for Atlanta County and Cape May County. So it's rather unusual. Like I said, I've been in the industry a long time, and I don't really see the flu in buildings too often. So we did have 1 positive staff member, and we had 11 residents. We quickly acted. We locked down the unit. Everyone was masked. In-serviced everyone what to do on enhanced barrier precautions and droplet precautions. And we also contacted the local health department. We're required to do that, and they give us education, guidance, and support. And they're pleased with how we're handling the situation. Currently, we only have 1 resident on isolation, and he will be on isolation until Saturday. Other than that, everyone's off isolation, and we're clear, no new cases. So we're cooking with gas. And another wonderful announcement. Now, do you have 2 summit meetings?
Just 1.
Just 1? Oh, 1, okay. So we have a summit event. Spring Point has that with leadership. It was excellent. I was excited to be there. And they have the Spring Point Leadership Summit Excellence Award, and that was awarded to our staffing coordinator and central supply person, Bernadine Bradshaw Marks. And we're very excited about that. We can't work without her. She staffs the building. It's a very, very hard job, and she does an excellent job, I must say. Okay, and that concludes my report.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you.
All right, she successfully concluded her maiden voyage. Next month, we'll let the hounds loose on her, okay? All right. So, we'll move from Village Point to back to Monroe Village, and we will welcome our friend, Nathan Perez.
Thank you, everyone. Hello. We'll start with our roll-up report, as we usually do, in terms of production. So the graph you have here is our year-to-date metrics in terms of sales and closings. The first column is our goal. So we had a goal of 17 closings by the end of this month. Right now we're at 5. And closings, we have a goal of 13 by the end of this month. As you can see, we have 8 already in. So we are a little behind the ball there. Not totally uncommon to be a little slow in the first quarter, but we are seeing a bit more of a slowdown in production here at this community and our other community in Crestwood Manor. Those are our folks that are not at the top end of the socioeconomic level, kind of more mid-range communities. So we are seeing that reflected in those communities. I am not seeing that at my other 2 communities that I operate out of, which are Stonebridge at Montgomery and Meadow Lakes. Those are some rich folk, very rich folk, and so they are weathering, I think, the inflation and housing market a little bit better than the rest of us. Some good notes though, lead production is continuing to be up. Our inquiries are up 62% above goal. Re-inquiries, those are folks that are coming back to us after maybe going silent for a little bit. They are 35% above goal. So interest is there. I've delved into the data in our customer relationship management software over the past few months just to make sure that our sales folks are doing what they're supposed to be doing. They are. Sales activity, those are things like calling people, connecting with people, emailing, sending videos, touring, and appointments. Those are all either at goal or slightly below. So there really is not a concern there in terms of us doing the work. However, to react to that, we have deployed a targeted incentive. That is a reduction entrance fee and monthly fee that we are targeting on specific apartments. We're not doing a fire sale, quite honestly, but we are targeting specific locations to reduce that and entice people to select those apartments. So we are already reacting to the slight slowdown. We have deployed a 2-bedroom campaign. We are focusing that on our larger apartments. The thought process there is that those are the higher socioeconomic levels that we are seeing traction at other communities at. So we are trying to bring people to the community that are looking at those. That has already been deployed on our website. So if you go there, there is a focus on the larger apartments, the larger 2 bedrooms for us already deployed. I'm sure some of you in this room have already gotten a call from Paula, who's our senior counselor here. She's reached out to a list of folks who we are targeting to help us with a big testimonial campaign. So that is already being worked on and deployed as well. We're going to start with a group of residents to show off the new face of our community to the outside. That will go into collateral pieces as well as our website. If we knock it out of the park with that and have some really great energy, I'll probably develop some videos as a result of that to have some interactive videos either on the website or things that our sales folks can deploy. And then once that is kind of well off on a good path, then I'm going to start reaching out to some staff as well. Department directors, Jay, our senior executive director, and some others who we would bring into that testimonial and campaign, staff campaign, sorry. We're looking at some small tweaks to the enhance the prospect experience and first impressions. That's something that we're continuing to be focused on based off of feedback that people are giving us. You know, they're saying, hey, I like this community, but I have some concerns here or there. We're just trying to really pinpoint what those are and target that. And I'm just starting to work with Jay on some business development plans that will include some outreach, that will include some in-reach, if you will, as well. And again, just targeting, you know, what is it that brings people to Monroe Village? What are the things that we kind of knock out of the park, and how can we continue to push on those fronts, as well as what are the kind of low-hanging fruit that we can address that maybe are the negatives about the community. So it's kind of a holistic look at what we're doing, all right? Some further ways you can help besides that testimonial campaign that we're working on. As I say, everybody is part of the welcoming committee, even though we have a great leadership in the welcoming committee, and that has come a very long way. It's a really good program. Everyone's part of the welcoming committee, so any bit of ad hoc testimonials that you can provide to the sales folks when they're touring people, that is always greatly appreciated. You know, just stopping to say, hey, we had a great party the other day, hope you can join us. You know, had a good meal today in the Fireside Restaurant, you should join us sometime. Any little bit of those things that you can add, that goes a really long way. Certainly refer your friends and family. A reminder about our referral program, it's pretty generous. If your friend or family member moves into the community, then we will pay for 1 month of your monthly service fee. So that's a big value to you. There's no cap on that. You can refer as many friends as you want. I see some folks in the room that we've been talking recently about bringing their friends in. So once those friends of theirs move into the community, then they will get a monthly service fee credit. The other ways you can help, you can do a recommendation or a review, if you will, online. Hitting hard about that, I know. Online reviews and recommendations really do help drive people to our community. People are finding us online first. They're not finding us in a phone book anymore. They're not finding us in TV commercials. They're doing a Google search, and whatever's popping up, they're clicking on and going right to the source. So any bit of recommendations, reviews, what those do is it helps push us up on the search engine optimization that's going on behind the scenes in Google and all these other online efforts. If you would like to develop a review or recommendation, if you have questions about that, you think, oh, I don't know what to say, you know, or I have something to say, but I don't know if it's the right thing to put out there, reach out to Eugene, and he will help you put together something. He'll help walk you through how to post it online. And if he's not available, Paul and myself, we can certainly help you as well. All right. Continue to follow us on our Facebook page. We've got some really great programs that we do, really great interaction between staff, residents. Some of you already interact with the page. That's liking things, commenting. The staff, we see a lot of comments from staff on the pages as well, so you'd be surprised what people are jazzed up about on that Facebook page. The next two slides are the QR codes that take you right to the Facebook review and the Google review. So if you're watching this on the YouTube channel afterwards, you can simply aim your smartphone at these next two codes and they will take you right to the review and recommendation pages. These are also on a flyer that is posted in the information kiosk by the front desk right outside of the mailroom. All the flyers that we have there are pertinent to the community. You can pick up a flyer there and bring this home and aim your smartphone at it. If you do not have a Google account, there are new directions on the back of that flyer that will explain to you how to leave a review, even if you do not have a Gmail account as your main email. All right? So thanks so much for your all support, and it looks like the sun's trying to peek out.
Yeah,
so maybe it's coming sooner. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nathan. Steve, did you bring the sun?
Yes.
I think Steve brought the sun. So I got nothing else other than I could say, here comes the sun, otherwise known as the sunshine of Monroe Village. I could keep going with the sun puns and the song titles, but I'll stop because nobody's getting them anyway and my kids are embarrassed by me. Next up is Steve Ween.
Thanks for not saying everything about suns, where they don't shine or something. I
would never tell you to do that, Steve.
Well, speaking about kids, I sometimes let everyone know how my 3 kids are doing, and they are getting a little older. So Carter is 5, and he's doing really well in school. He got with his teachers most kindness. And he's in pre-K. And then Eva, she's now 6. She's my middle child. And she also got voted by her teachers, and she got well-respected in kindergarten. So I'm very proud of that. That's probably one of my, at Campbell, Campbell's doing really well. We had a student parent-teacher conference a couple weeks, and I brought a little show and tell. I'll read it. And this is about, I have the platform, so it's on camera, so maybe I should address the teachers of Fountain Woods in Burlington Township. Okay, this is my daughter, and now I'm reading this the first time in her classroom when the teachers are talking to us. So I'll read it right now, as I read it in her classroom. Dear Mr. Leprechaun, I caught you. Now you must grant me 2 wishes. First, I want a bike because my dad got rid of them. That's not true to the fine people of Fountain Woods District of Bromington Township. I did not get rid of any bikes, okay? I am not a crook, okay? I had to tell her that they're in the garage and now the sun's out. Well, you know, and she needs to learn, so we have to get all the knee pads and shoulder pads, all that stuff. So, but and this is also how dear Campbell is obviously to my heart as well. Her second wish was, I want the whole world to be friends. Please grant my wishes as soon as possible. So she has a nice joke now when, you know, so she's like, Dad, I got it. I'm like, okay. So, again, thanks for giving me the platform, and I did not get rid of any bikes at all. Okay. So, just a little chuckle. All right, some business, okay? Today, we actually have a nice program if you enjoy some opera. Steve Pollock and Eve Edwards will be here 1:15 in the auditorium. Now, I will want to say, too, it's not listed, because obviously this is for everyone who wants to come, they can come, right? Auditorium, we could fit a lot of folks. I did get word this morning, everything's okay, but, you know, things happen. Chef James, if you sign up for the cooking demo, he had to reschedule, so we'll be looking at doing the cooking demo that was scheduled today, next Friday. And I think I heard a couple ringing bells because I sent a message before we started.
How about that?
But it works on the app. So again, those people who signed up, they will have the right of way to confirm, okay? And then if there's anyone, seats left over, we'll let the waiting list people know. So again, sorry for the inconvenience, but sometimes things happen out of our control. Tuesday, April 16th, we have a live lecture on visual impairment. I would like to thank the Health Committee of the Resident Association for working with that as well. So we're looking forward. Please come. You know, even if you're not, you know, oh, my vision's fine, you might have friends, neighbors, or family members. So I think any information that you gain is good for the people that you're around. Let's see, Friday, April 19th, Fiddle on the Roof. Also with Steve and Deborah at 1:15 in the auditorium. One of my favorite shows, so it should be fun. It's not the whole show, it's just the music. Okay. Saturday, April 20th, Joe Ferreira, he was here a couple times, got good reviews, so he is back. He'll be doing a solo performance, 7:15 in the auditorium. Earth Day. So we are celebrating Earth Day on the actual Earth Day of April 22nd at 2 o'clock in the auditorium. There'll be more details on that description. I still need to just confirm with the professor who will be doing that lecture. Wednesday, April 24th, our matinee with Jay Daniels, 2 o'clock in the auditorium. We'll be also having a lecture kind of finishing the April 26th Woman of the Victorian Age at 1:15 in the auditorium. And usually we have Jenny Lee Stern in the beginning of the month. We had to reschedule, but I think people remember we had that rescheduled and everyone loved that performer. So that's great. Things happen, right? Sometimes we learn things when we try things. But Jenny Lee, she is doing her update on April 30th. At 2 o'clock in the auditorium. And then again, usually I do these announcements like the bookend. So next town hall would be, the 2nd May Friday. So Saturday, May 4th, right before that town hall, we have Angela back. I always get good reviews from her, about her performance. So looking forward to returning. The school board election, April 16th. 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the club room, okay? So that's soon, and that's the club room behind us, okay? Okay, some updates. We talked about last town hall. Raised garden beds for 2024. We have at least one that is wide open for the taking. So if you know people too that maybe be moving in, I know marketing might let us know. So we're looking forward to starting like near Mother's Day to have that ready to go. Again, golf membership, it's a great opportunity for the residents here to take advantage. If you like golf, please let me know. You have to be on the list, but I know a couple of our residents already take advantage. And knitters and stitchers. We've done this before, obviously. I know I've only been here 13 years, but before that, there was also a group. I provide spaces, times, if we want to just get together. Again, goals are important, but I usually let the group decide on those goals, so we need the group. So that's why, call me. What's my number?
6477.
But there are some new people that are interested, so I'm just trying to help them get acclimated with the community. Again, I'm not saying too much. Again, we want to listen to the group that is getting formed, and we can then go from there. So I'm excited, but obviously we need participation and feedback. And Memorial Day is coming up. We do have time, obviously, but I do like to give enough time, especially how deep, passion and meaningful this program is. So Memorial Day program, save the date, is Monday, May 27th at 10 a.m. So if you're interested in assisting with our service, please contact, again, 6477. I reached out to some people that were part of the program last year. Again, if you are moved, or even if you have some questions, just give me a call. We want people to not feel left out, of course. And, if we could do that in a timely manner, I know that means a lot to me, because I try to do, working with Bernie and the other residents, a very special day, which I think a lot of you know that, so I appreciate that as well. So, also about platforms that I have, I go off script, but well, I also want to thank, yesterday, if you didn't know, we had like a nice little event, and I believe maybe it only took 2 hours, maybe 3. I mean, she could correct me in the back, and she's actually here. So if everyone can maybe turn around in the back, and maybe Ashley could wave. Ashley reached the goal and the community course of 61,000 steps for Pump It Up for Parkinson's. Now that was double, so right, we might have to work a little bit harder next year. But I know, I thank Jay and Maria, other employees, of course, the residents, and again, of course, to Ashley, who, did everything to do that. And with her work that she put in, now she did, told me there's 250 other places that did it, so we're in the raffle now, and we could win a new exercise equipment, the new step. So again, all because of Ashley's really hard work, and dedication. So thank you, Ashley. Other off-script things. There might be things said about excellence later, and being a sports management major, sports, it's a team effort, so
we'll keep it a surprise for later. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. And we'll see what more we might have to share. That's the little hook for where we're going. We'll see where we go. But where we go next is to Gina DePiro. Gina is our Director of Resident Services, and she has a few fun things to share with us as well this morning. So here's Gina.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And the sun is out, yay. So just a couple of things. On today, actually, we will be giving out some information later today about Diversity Day, which is on April 23rd. So we will be hosting an event. You can sign up as of April 16th if you want to share your culture. We have a beautiful diversified resident population as well as staff population. You all have different heritage, different cultures. You come from all over the world, and we want to share that. So if you also want to share, on the 16th, we'll have a sign-up time, and then we will combine. It's going to be staff and residents combined. So if we have 5 people that are want to celebrate, Jewish culture, or 10 people, we'll get a table for all those people would be at the same table. You can share whatever you want. You can have music, you can show clothing, food, whatever it is that you want to share about your culture. The health fair, that is coming in May. It will be on May 14th this year. And as you know, it's health and wellness. So we have outside vendors. Some of our specialists come that day. Some of us are here, like the clinic will be here, and Live Well comes and does their assessments. So you'll have different venues to look at. It is also our kickoff for this for the fundraising season for Alzheimer's Association. This year, the Alzheimer's Association was able to get many bills passed through Congress federally, as well as have the governor of New Jersey pass several bills for the residents of New Jersey that will help families as well as those afflicted with the disease. So I'm very proud to be affiliated with them, and that will be our kickoff season. And we'll have some fun vendors. Chefs for Seniors will be here as well. So it's always a good time. It's fun. For those of you who've been here a while, you will remember that I used to have a group called the Caregivers Exchange. Originally, it was called New Beginnings, but COVID killed that term. I didn't want to hear it anymore, so we changed the name of the group and called it Caregivers Exchange. Unlike a typical support group in which it's very emotional sharing, this is information sharing. So I already have several people who have reached out to me and said, I'm having difficulties, I'm having some complications with this situation. So there was enough interest that I'm restarting the group, because the original people that were in the group either, they went on to higher levels of care, or the situations have changed. So I will be restarting the group. If you're interested, please leave me a message at 6413, my extension. And once I see exactly how many people are interested, then I'll decide on where it's going to be. If it's going to remain a small group, I can do a small group in my office. But if it's going to be a larger group, then we might go to like the private dining room. And instead of the evening, which wound up to be a little bit difficult, because late afternoon into night is a harder time for those with dementia, because I never tell people that they cannot bring their loved one. We will do it sometime during the day. I asked Jay, he was okay with that, so we'll be doing it during the day. So if you're interested again, please let me know. And I'm excited for following through with what Steve started to try to tell you.
Boy, you're just keeping the suspense there,
Yes.
aren't you? Man, well, thank you, Gina. I will say, the Caregivers Exchange is a wonderful program. We've found it to be very, very helpful for some of our residents, for couples in particular. We all face a lot of challenges in life. And sometimes it's really easy to forget that we're not the only ones who are facing that challenge, and we tend to internalize things. I'm guilty of that. I don't know about anybody else in the room. So having the opportunity to share or to hear from others who are in similar situations, to realize that you're not the only one who's dealing with something, or you're not the only one who feels frustrated by something, or maybe there's a different way to approach a challenge that you're seeing in helping support one of your loved ones. It's pretty powerful. So I would highly encourage, if you're comfortable doing such and you're in that kind of a situation, think about joining the Caregivers Exchange group. And if you're not comfortable, but you're at least comfortable reaching out to Gina individually, think about doing that too. She's got a wealth of knowledge and resources when it comes to this topic, and it can be very, very helpful and beneficial. So with that, I don't have a good segue, so I have Stan. That's what I have. I have Stan Mazakevich, our Director of Facilities, who has been out and about, and he's going to tell you just what he's been up to.
Awesome. Let's hit the space bar
Morning, everyone. Morning. Despite all this crazy weather, and it's been crazy, we've been very busy working on the grounds. We started our spring cleanup, which included the bed edging, mulching, and tree removal. We've upgraded our landscaping at the front entrance, and we planted 8 cryptomerias trees as well. Next week, we'll continue with our walkway replacement project, which includes parking lot 3, 4, and ABC courtyard. We'll also be cleaning the brick facade at the parking lot entrances. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our new employee, TJ Walton. Come on in, TJ, say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. As Stan said, my name is TJ. I've been working maintenance in healthcare for about 6 years now. And I'm just real excited for this new opportunity to be here working with all of you. So I hope you'll say hi if you see me in the halls. That's all. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Awesome. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Stan. And TJ, welcome aboard. We're happy to have you here as part of the Monroe Village family. It's very... Oh, we forgot to do that. Welcome, TJ Walton. There you go. You missed it. There was a big production. There was a slide. There were balloons. You missed it all.
Thanks.
All right, so it's great to have another member of the Monroe Village family. We're very, very happy to have TJ on our team. So moving from maintenance and grounds to campus safety, I'd like to next introduce Mark Picorni, our Director of Campus Safety, who has some important tips and reminders for everyone. So please welcome Mark.
Good morning. Good morning. At least this month I have a script, so... Prior to script, we welcome 2 new part-timers, Cole Hughes working overnights and Dwayne Richardson working with me on Sundays and Wednesdays. So you might have seen me walking around with them these past 2 weeks, so we welcome those 2. Now, we go to emergencies. Did anybody feel anything about a week ago?
About this time?
Maybe a shake? Yeah. So we're just going to take a little bit about power outages, smoke alarms, and the rare tornadoes, earthquakes. So whether it's a power outage like last month, smoke alarm, or the rare New Jersey earthquake, this is what residents need to know during emergencies. First, our staff is here for you 24/7 for if you need assistance. During an emergency, dial the front desk at 0. You can pull your bathroom pull cord or take your phone off the hook. During a smoke alarm, your neighbor or your smoke alarm may be activated if someone's cooking and you don't have your vent on. Security only responds if it's a long duration. Once the smoke alarm sounds, your phone will go into a no dial. This is what people at the front desk see, so the concierge security. You'll see the apartment number and it says an emergency. So it's either your pull cord, it's either the smoke alarm, or it could be you forgot to put your phone off the hook. So, security will be dispatched if it doesn't clear on its own. the phone will reset itself and the no dial clears on its own, no one will respond. If the smoke hits 2 detectors in your apartment, 2 alarms, then the system will activate and security will respond as well as the fire department. If the bells are ringing in the hallway, it may become an area smoke alarm or an apartment that has too much smoke in it and the resident has opened the front door. Unless your apartment is the one that caused the alarm, stay in your apartment until further notice, because the firemen or emergency personnel that arrive may be going down the elevator or the stairwells and don't need residents coming in the hallway to ask what's going on. Remember, you can always call the front desk if you need an assistance during any emergency. Power outage like the one we had in March where the whole building went black. You may not have power in your apartment, but your neighbor may have power in their apartment. It may be scary even if it's daylight out, so you should always have an emergency kit that somewhere in your apartment that includes flashlights. Most cell phones we have flashlights built in, so if you have your cell phone with you, you can put that flashlight on real fast if you can't find your flashlight. And also, there are night lights that turn into flashlights when the power is cut on Amazon. You can get those for 20 bucks. You put them into your outlet as a night light for like your bathroom or your kitchen, and when the power goes off, then the flashlight comes on and you can take that out and carry it around. 2 of our elevators had no lights and we put lanterns in them, as long as I rode up and down with you to make sure you guys were safe during the dinner time. That's a rare occurrence, but if the elevators are running, the cab lights should be on. Again, if you have an emergency during the outage, then call the front desk by dialing 0 or have the main Monroe Village number programmed into your cell phone. Tornadoes are a rare event in New Jersey, but during some thunderstorms, our area may have a tornado watch. To feel safe, you may wait in your walk-in closet or your bathroom until the watch has passed. Remember to have an emergency kit with you. Any emergency is scary, but remember, Campus Safety is here 24/7 to help you in any way we can. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Thanks, Mark. Some good tips there. So just remember that in the event of the power outage, yes, Mark was right. Some apartments may still continue to have power, some may not. It depends on what is impacted or not. So make sure you do have a flashlight or know how to use the flashlight on your phone, and that will help. Elevators in the event of an emergency are all powered by generator. Every single elevator except for the G wing right here in the clubhouse. So all of the apartment A, B, C, D, E, F wings, those elevators are all powered by generator and they will continue to work properly. As Mark said, when we had the outage last month, we did discover that there were 2 elevators that did not have the lights connected with the generator. We have since remedied that to take care of that, but the elevators are safe to use in the event of a power outage. If they are not, we will mark them and shut them down and make sure that you are aware of that. And then there's an earthquake. I got that shocked out of all of us, didn't it? You know, and actually the funny thing is it was located not that far from where I live. So that was an added bonus, but it is extremely rare, obviously. Thankfully, we had no issues here at Monroe Village. No one was hurt. We didn't have any structural damage. But believe it or not, we actually do have protocols for what we do in the event of an earthquake, or what we need to do following an earthquake to check things, to make sure things are all right. We did send out a notification to everybody. There's a process that we follow, and thankfully everything was safe and everyone was okay. And Mark's last one, also an important one, with the coming summer months, thunderstorms, tornadoes, stuff like that. We are always monitoring the weather. Between Stan and Mark and myself, I think we get alerts on all sorts of different weather events all around the clock to be able to be prepared for whatever it may be. So just know that you are safe here at Monroe Village, and we will continue to do that for you in every which way we can. So, moving to our next topic, dining services, and a lot going on. I would like to welcome to the podium our Director of Dining Services, Mr. Matt Smith.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Happy Friday. The sun is starting to shine. That's a bonus. I got a text this morning from my wife saying, oh crap, I left the windows open in the house. I said, don't worry, it's just going to be spotty showers, you'll be fine. I said, the cats will get a little wet from doing some neighborhood watching, but they'll be okay. This past month's special events, we celebrated National Nutrition Month with Marlon and Haley, and they made smoothies for everybody. And then we did a survey, so thank you very much for doing your surveys, and that was fun making sangria for everyone to fill out their surveys. And then a couple bistro fun things. We did the bistro chili night. It wasn't as successful, to be honest with you, as the pasta and the burger and beer, so we're taking a month off just because of the holidays, and we'll be revamping in May to do some more fun things in the bistro. Then we did St. Patty's Day brunch. Always had our corned beef and cabbage. It was going to be a joke that we may have done green eggs and ham, but I didn't think that would be too appropriate. And then we celebrated MLB Day, opening day for Major League Baseball in the bistro with some concession kind of fare. I thought it went very well. Unfortunately, the weather was not very good that day. I think we were able to get the Yankees game on during dinner so we could at least watch some of the Yankees and have some dogs and some soft pretzels and nachos. We opened up the reservations this morning for Seder. We have Seder on Monday and Wednesday at 11 o'clock. The team right now is filtering through the reservation call-in for both days and also for Sunday brunch. So give us a little time to filter through everything to get you guys get back to you to confirm your reservations. Just remember, it's one resident. The resident may can only attend one Seder, and it's 65 attendants each day. We're still talking about safety in Fireside. You guys are doing a great job with your walkers and your scooters and being patient when my team has to come back and bring them to you when you want to leave the restaurant. I just want to say thank you again for understanding the concerns, both for you guys and also for my team with the walkers at the tables, and we don't want anything getting hot dropped on you. Try to maneuver to serve around a scooter or a walker. Just a reminder on how to make reservations at the Fireside, 6433. You can call in from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can do the Touchtown app online. Everyone is doing a great job on that. I checked and saw that actually with a little testing over the week, it's open online for the Seders as well. I did see that there are a couple of residents made them online along with calling. And you can always just make a reservation, pop in during office hours. Office hours 10:30 to 2:30, Monday through Saturday, and then we open back up at 8:30 to 10 for Sunday brunch. Just a reminder, if you're planning on not being in the community and you need a to-go order, try your very best to do it before 2 o'clock so that my team can get them ready. It's sometimes a little bit hectic when you guys come during dinner service when my hostesses are trying to seat and then try to accommodate any last minute to-go orders. I mean, we'll take care of it, but it may take a little bit longer than normal. Seatings for Fireside is the first one's 4, last one's at 5:30. When you're making your reservation, you know, the preferred time is we try to grade it as best as we can, but due to the different party size, staffing, we may make a suggestion. It may be 15 minutes earlier, 15 minutes later, but we'll be as close as possible to your preferred time. If you're going to cancel, please let us know as soon as possible so that we can accommodate anyone else with a preferred time. There still is a lot of last minute reservation cancellations, like during seating. I know stuff happens. Maybe you're coming back from your doctor's appointment or just being out of the community and stuck in traffic, and you may have to cancel the reservation. I understand that, but it's a lot more frequent, to be honest with you. I had a 6 ready to go last night in Fireside, and at the last minute it was canceled. We could have accommodated another larger party instead of them getting broken up. Just please arrive on time to your reservation. It makes seating and service a lot easier. I only need one person from your party to check in. As I was saying about safety is first. There's just a couple shots of the hostess desk being bombarded, checking in with multiple party members checking in. It slows down seatings also for residents that have already eaten in the restaurant to exit the restaurant. I've had a couple of residents sitting in their motorized vehicle for a good 5 minutes, and we're trying to clear the front so that they can just leave. So God forbid if there was a real emergency, it would have been even more time consuming. Just some reminders about the bistro. No reservations are needed, but if you are planning to dine in the bistro with a party of 5 or more, please just give us a heads up so that the tables are ready. They're set, so that the speed of service can be taken a lot quicker. To be honest, we can have the tables set with roll-ups and menus ready to go, and we can serve you a lot better. Just another reminder, if you miss a meal, you do not have to make it up at the end of the month. It's still happening. I know that we post menus about 2-3 days in advance, so if there's something that you like, you can order one in the restaurant and you can take one home, and that's how you can make up a meal. Or you can say, forget about continental breakfast this day and have a full-blown breakfast in the bistro. Mike makes a fabulous omelet or eggs to order. I'm sure he would be more than happy to take care of that for you. We still do kitchen tours every first and third Tuesday of the month at 9 a.m. If anyone is interested, you can just sign up at the concierge desk. We start in the restaurant. We go from how orders are taken, put into the system, and how it is made in the kitchen. Any questions about equipment, the different sections of the restaurant, of the kitchen. So far, we have about over 35 residents have taken part in this, and everyone has enjoyed the tours that we do. Here's our contact info. 6432 for the Village Bistro if you're going to do a to-go order from there, or make any reservations with a party of 5 or more. 6433 is Fireside Restaurant for to-go orders or reservations. 6485 is the menu line, and if you want to get in contact with me, I don't take reservations, LOL, because I do get sometimes some voicemail messages left about making reservations. I'll call you back and say, I'll convey the message, but please call the restaurant or the bistro. My number is 6424, and my email is on the bottom. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Matt. I noticed the clouds rolled back in. Sun comes out for Steve and Gina, and the clouds roll back in for me. Strangely apropos. Anyway, all right, so I have a question. Who wants to guess on how many meals were served in the Fireside Restaurant during the first 3 months of the year? So January, February, and March. Anybody want to guess? How many? Ken says 3,000? I got 3,000. I got 3,000. Who's got, come on, what do we got? Another guess. 2,500 I heard. Anybody else?
900.
900. For the entire 3 months of March. John, you want to revise your guess?
Yeah, I'm going to go about 1,350, 1,400.
1,400. This is like The Price is Right, folks. You got to get closest without going over.
1,000.
1,000, 12. I heard another 1,250, I think, in the back. All right. Any last takers? Should I ask Matt? Matt, how many meals do you think were served in the Fireside Restaurant during the first 3 months of the year?
I'm gonna say
Matt's guessing 2,800. You all have no clue.
18,000.
All right, then you went over it. Wah, wah, wah. No, we served 10,657 meals in the Fireside Restaurant during the first 3 months of the year. That does not count takeout. That does not count delivery. That is butts in the seats. 10,657 meals. Now, how many times do you think we weren't able to accommodate someone to get them into the Fireside Restaurant? It doesn't mean that you didn't have to shift your reservation, or it doesn't mean that maybe we had to ask you to split up your group, but how many people, how many times do you think we said, I'm sorry, there's no room at the inn?
Zero.
5.
Zero.
Unfortunately, it's not zero.
Now we have 530s.
We do. So, all right, I'll stop the suspense. 60. There were 60 people, or 60 instances, I should say, out of 10,657. So really, you take 10,657, you add 60 more to it, which is the total number, right? So you're 10,717. Am I right, John?
Divided by 91. It sounds about right. You got 91 days.
Yep. So
about 125 a day.
That's about what it comes down to, about 125 a day. But here's the statistic. Take all those numbers, and I'm a math guy, right? So 99 and 44 1/100ths. Anybody ever heard that one before? And that's literally what it was. So we're as pure as ivory soap, okay? 99.44% of the time, people who wanted to eat in the restaurant ate in the restaurant during the first quarter. So that's pretty good. That's more than pretty good. And those 60, there were a few, not all, where they decided to eat in a larger group in the bistro, where we could have accommodated them as 2 smaller groups in the restaurant. But we still counted them as unable to accommodate because they wanted to stay together. So I think that's pretty compelling. John's shaking his head. What, John?
I can't reconcile that because you're saying 99.4%. You're looking at a possibility of 104 people eating in. Where do we get the other variable in there of those that actually had requested a seat in the dining room? I can't find that variable.
We count every day how many reservations we get, how many meals we serve, and how many people we cannot accommodate in the restaurant. So in 91 days, there were only 60 times we could not accommodate a person. That's that variable. Okay? And 10,657 times we did. Those are the numbers. So while we still have work to do with our dining services program, I think we've made a lot of progress when it comes to accommodation and meeting people where they want to be and getting folks into the Fireside Restaurant and out of the Fireside Restaurant and making that process a whole lot smoother. So I appreciate everybody's diligence with that, your understanding and flexibility with the reservations if we ask you to move a little bit one way or the other in terms of a time, so we really can accommodate everyone. Like I said, 10,657, it's a lot. It's a lot. I was stunned when I put those numbers together. So let's talk about a few other things that are going on. Elevators. So those of you in the A wing and the E wing, the long wait is finally over. I remember when I started this project and I told Barry Falk A wing was going to be last, and he said, A wing always gets it last. You got it last, but you did get it.
We did get it.
So that finishes a project we started way back in 2022 with reskinning all of the elevator cars. So it was new walls, new cleaning of the stainless steel, matching everything up so it looks nice, and we're really happy that we were able to bring that to a conclusion. I believe the A-wing elevator is completely done at this point. They did the stainless steel work yesterday, but I still have a question or two when I inspected it this morning, and they are working on the E-wing elevator right now, I believe, to do that stainless steel cleaning. So that takes care of the interior renovations. We did exterior or mechanical work prior to that. We know we have a few mechanical things we want to check on, which is separate from this reskinning, and we're bringing our contractor out to take a look at those elevators as well. But really happy that we've got the elevator renovation project done. On a different note, we know we've got some housekeeping challenges, and I want to stand in front of you, all of you, and acknowledge that. We are struggling right now with our housekeeping service. We had a retirement, which we knew. We had a leave of absence, emergency leave of absence, which we didn't know. We have someone else who's no longer here, and I can't say anything else about that, but you all understand when I can't say anything else about things. That's not expected either. So we're running a little bit short with our housekeeping staff, and we are struggling to maintain all of our regularly scheduled appointments. But more importantly, we're not communicating that, and that's the biggest piece, and that's what we need to work on fixing right now. And we've taken some steps to try to communicate better, and we're going to continue to do that so that you know if we're not going to be able to make a scheduled appointment. We need to do a better job at letting you know that in advance, and we haven't done it, and I'm sorry. So we're going to work on that. We're also working on staff recruitment. I'm speaking with Anthony on a daily basis about where we are, what needs to get done, who can we help. Anthony, is, as many of you know, has picked up a housekeeping assignment himself and is cleaning apartments, as directors do when we need people to pitch in. And Anthony has jumped in and is doing that as well. So it's been rocky. I can't tell you that it's not going to be a little rocky for the next couple of weeks, but I want you to know we know, and we're sorry, and we're working to make improvements as quickly as we can. All right, so now we're on to the other mystery moment. So I want to talk a little bit, as we did earlier, about the Spring Point Leadership Summit. Debbie talked about the Spring Point Leadership Summit. It is an event that we hold all across Spring Point once a year to bring the leadership from all the different communities together. And we do that so we can facilitate some education, some training, some knowledge sharing of best practices, but also to celebrate so many good things and so many good people in our organization. And as Debbie reported, we had Bernadine Bradshaw Marks, who was the winner of the Spring Point Excellence Award. And there's more than one winner, but there aren't a whole bunch of them. So we had a second winner. And I decided I'd share a few things that we heard about this winner and see if you all can figure it out. Although you might have already figured it out. So this person has taken on added responsibility over many years of service here at Monroe Village. This person has served as what we called a trainer, was served as a trainer for what we called the Spring Point Experience, which was all of the work we did in the last few years regarding customer service training and the education we did through the Disney Institute. This person has also increased both the depth and the breadth of the offerings in that person's area of responsibility, enhancing resident engagement and satisfaction all across the community. And I think the biggest thing, this person has a deep understanding of what we call purpose over task. We've talked about that concept before, and I don't know if everybody remembers, so I'm going to refresh your memory real quick. We talk about purpose over task. And we all, as employees, no matter what role you have tasks you need to accomplish in a day, right? Okay, you need to, Mike in dining needs to make breakfast, or, you know, one of the housekeepers needs to clean an apartment, or, you know, Mark needs to, and his team need to go and respond to an emergency. Those are all tasks that we have to do. But above those are what is our purpose? Why are we here? What is our purpose? Our purpose is to provide the best care and service possible for all of you. And yeah, we do tasks that get to that, but showing purpose over task is putting your task aside, because that's just a job or an element, and pursuing how you help someone we serve here. That's putting that purpose over task. And this person does that time and time again. And it's inspiring. Anybody want to guess who we're talking about? Steve Ween, that's right. So Steve was honored as well as a recipient of the Spring Point Excellence Award. So I just want to acknowledge Steve and his hard work and all he does for everyone here at Monroe Village, and thank him for it all. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
All right. Yes. So I don't know who wants to. You want me to? Never mind. I'm going to stop. Anyway, so thank you, Steve. Congratulations. We are honored to have you among us. All right, let's talk, before we close out, a little bit about the recent resident engagement survey. So I want to thank all of you. We had 167 residents participate in the Hollerin Engagement Survey, and that's wonderful. Please give yourselves all a round of applause for participating. So that is 77.1% of all residents in independent living. And if you remember, I threw a challenge out at all of you when we started this. And I said if we got to above 75% participation, we would have a special dinner. And it may be lamb chops. We'll see what we're going to ask for feedback. What do you want? So we are going to have that specialty dinner. We're going to have that in the next month or so, probably in conjunction with when we share the results of the satisfaction or the engagement survey. We don't have the results yet, but when we do that, we'll probably do that, the dinner and the celebration, in conjunction with sharing of the results. So I'm really excited to see we hit that and exceeded that goal, because your feedback is so important in what we do. And when it's just a person here or a person there, not to discount that individual, but from a statistical standpoint, it doesn't necessarily always have validity. To have 77% of you share your thoughts and opinions, that gives it heft, that gives it weight, that gives it validity, and enables us to really dig in and think about, what we're doing well and what we can continue to improve upon to make your experience even better. So thank you for all of that. And then the last thing is, Matt alluded to earlier, surveys and sangria, right? We had a great event. We did surveys and sangria. A lot of people completed their surveys there and turned them in. And we said that we would do a raffle for anyone who turned in their survey, not just during surveys and sangria, but if they turned it in to us, their sealed envelope, or they let us know by saying, here's my survey, I'm going to the U.S. Postal mailbox right outside the door, we checked you off. So we said anyone who responded or who returned would be entered for a raffle. Now, some of you might have been admiring these little boxes along here, haven't you? They're not just pretty decorations, because trust me, I'm not the decorator in the house, in the family, or even in the building here. So we are going to do, right now, we're going to do it live, a drawing. We've got 10 prizes. So 10 lucky residents who we're going to draw, who return to their surveys, are going to receive these prizes. So with that, we're going to bring up the lights for a minute. And so that I can't be accused of anything, reach in and pick one out. All right. I know I don't have a mic, but I think I'm loud enough that everybody can hear. Yes. All right. Sally Winnicor. Is Sally here this morning? Sally's not here. No, she doesn't miss out. We're not going to do that to her. We're not going to do that. But you get to pick the next one because you made Joe. All right. Next. Janet Johnson. Mrs. Johnson here? No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know. John, you're next. No, don't look in there. I'm not looking at It's all good. It's all good. All right, next. Marlene Chilson. I'll tell you, this is, I don't know. All right, Mr. Mashaki's next. All right. Judy Murray. Another absentee. They all told us what they thought, but they don't show up to the meetings. I don't know.
Now we're up to a 40%
Yeah, we have 40% failure rate here. This is not good. Talking about statistics, right? Barbara Falk. I know I saw Barbara. There she is. All right, we got her first time. All right.
Do we have a lottery winner?
So, Ann asked me, what happens if I pick my own? And I said, if you pick your own, it goes back in the bucket and you gotta pick another one. That's what I told her. Well, let me finish. She did not pick her own. She picked Mike!
Mike! Wow.
So, that's a fix. I don't know. I thought John was putting the same thing. Alright, so that was number 6, right? Alright, let's see. Elizabeth Sokolow.
Elizabeth, winner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
And we're on High Street.
Alright, Carol, you're next. Jim Zito. I don't think I saw Jim this morning. Jim's not here. Alright, so this is 8. How many do you have?
It's usually a chunk.
And I have 3, which is 7, and Mike kept his own. So that's 8. Alright, we got 2 more coming. Who's feeling lucky? If you're feeling lucky, alright.
Pick another couple.
I was gonna say, you pick your own, it goes back in the bucket. You pick Harold, then you're alright. And let me tell you something, you pick Harold and she, I'm walking out. Now, Janet Moscatello.
Hey, Janet in the back.
Alright, Millie, you get the last one. Alright. Carol Payone!
Carol!
All right.
Wait a minute. The 2 of them sit at the same table in bingo.
Well, you know.
Janet and Carol.
Janet and Carol sit at the same. So when bingo's again? What, next Tuesday?
No.
Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday night. I'm sorry. So no. So my question becomes, for Janet and Carol, will the hot streak continue, or are they going to go ice cold because they won today? What do we think? I don't know. We'll have to see. So congratulations to the raffle winners, and thank you all for participating in the engagement survey. We truly appreciate your feedback, and we will share the results in the coming months, and we'll have a great dinner to celebrate as well, okay? All righty. With that, we will turn it over for comments and questions. Rumors and gossip, we take them too. We like to get the rumors and the gossip out front, talk about it. So with that, please, if you have something to say, don't give somebody a heart attack like Steve just did to Betty. Please don't. But do wait for the microphone to come around so that everyone can hear you, okay? All right, let's see. We'll start with Elizabeth. All right, now you won, so...
Oh, yeah. I want to... This is... No, I don't know.
Is she on?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
What number is
I'll
that?
speak in a very loud voice. I wanted to tell you that our...
What mic number is that?
Our vice president of the Residents Association, who is Veronica Donner, saw to it single-handedly, because the job was given to her, to have our maintenance staff, who is somewhat depleted, put Purell in all the canisters in the building, and I think that's terrific.
Very good. Thank you. Absolutely.
Thank you. Is this better?
Yeah, I think I turned it up. I think it was just a little low. That's all.
Okay.
Hold it close to your mouth. There you go.
Okay. I can't understand, since the porch is part of our apartment, why the cleaning people say they can't vacuum the porch.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't typically go out into the enclosures, but we can talk about that separately and take a look at yours, okay?
Okay,
all right.
Thank you.
Other comments or questions?
I saw Dorothy first.
It was a race. And somebody else is getting beaten down for wanting to say something. I don't know here. Go ahead, Dorothy.
One day, last couple of months, Reverend Joanne arranged for dinner down in the fireside. When she got there, there was no seat at a table for her.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had to get up and give them their seat so she could sit down. The comment was, no 7 people at a table. I now look around, there are 7 at a table.
Yep.
There are 8 at a table. I think we owe her an apology. That was not nice.
Well, we continue to look at ways to expand the ability to serve everybody in the dining room, and it's great that we have larger groups that want to be accommodated, so we're continuing to look at ways to do that. And you're right, we now have tables of 7, tables of 8. It makes other things a little bit more challenging in terms of how many we can seat or what we do, but we continue to look for ways to be flexible. Absolutely.
Apologize to her.
So noted.
She was duly insulted.
Okay.
With the whole staff standing around like this. What should we do?
Okay, Dorothy, I'm happy to talk to you about that privately, about that incident, okay? Thank you. Where are we at next?
Yes. One statement and one question.
Yes, sir.
Too many potholes.
Yes.
What are we going to do about it?
So we have, as Stan noted, we're starting some of the projects with the asphalt and the concrete. So that will be what they call cold patched. They'll take care of those as the weather allows us to do that.
Great. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Phil?
Hi, Phil.
I'd like to make the same comment I made last month. The pasta. For God's sakes, I'm sick and tired of the tubular pasta. Please, angel there for a change.
Okay. Thank you for the feedback, Phil. I appreciate it.
I want to say I appreciate that you brought up the problems that we had. I think it's wonderful. As you know, if I have a problem with someone not responding to me, I then always copy you on the email that I send, because I find then I do get a response within 24 hours. It's not to make me look like I'm bigger than that person, because I'm the same as they are.
We all are the same, right?
And the only reason that I continue sometimes is if I feel that I'm being neglected.
Fair enough.
Okay, I pay over $6,000 a month, which is more than 4 times what my mortgage used to be when I'm living in a home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind, because I love this place, I love the staff, and I am really happy to make many friends. But when for 8 weeks nobody comes to my apartment to help me, and I have to call my children to come, that's when I
right. And I think
8 weeks is an overlong time.
Yeah.
And yes, Ida was my best friend here. She and I had many conversations about staff shortage and other things, and I miss her terribly. You also now have 2 very young girls here that are just as good as she is. Everybody is good, but some people, as you say, go over and above. Yep. And those 2 women go over and above after their job. Yep. To help me, and I really appreciate that type of thing. I thank you for bringing it up to all of us, because we're all understanding. Security was short of staff. Maintenance is definitely short of staff, but they are hiring. I think that Anthony has the biggest problem because the most people have left, and hopefully he will find good people, because that's what we need.
That's very important. We don't want a body, just a body.
I don't want someone coming in and just shoving a Swiffer around. I'm as blind as a bat, and it's really hard for me. People coming in to clean and they'll say, Mrs. Henry, do you know that there's still so-and-so on the floor? I say, no, because I don't see it. But thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your bringing it up.
Thank you for the feedback, Barbara.
And please thank Anthony.
I will as well. All right, are we in the back somewhere or no? Over here to Muriel. Muriel, I think, had something first. And then we'll roll. Hi, Muriel.
I saw it on the screen, but I didn't hear it announced that the Seder meal will count as a meal. So I just wanted to make sure that if that's true,
yes,
and I believe it is, that
yeah,
everyone is aware of that.
Thank you for reiterating that. I appreciate it.
Yes, I would just like to compliment Cece.
A little closer.
Closer?
There you go.
I want to compliment Cece. If I have a problem and I just mention it to her, it's done within half an hour. She calls me back, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and you can give Cece the $20 later. Okay, she'll be happy to receive it. No, I'm only kidding. I'm kidding. We are blessed to have Claudine as part of our team, and she really does help so many of you with those little things. And it is wonderful knowing that we've got people like that all around us. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Fran, you got nothing? Fran's got nothing. I just like to tease Fran. We were walking in together earlier today, and I said I would give her a hard time if she came in after me, but she came in before, so I'm still giving her a hard time anyway. But, all right. Well, if that's it, the rain has returned, unfortunately. We had a brief moment of sun, but for those of you who celebrated Easter, I hope you all had a happy Easter. For those who will be celebrating Passover in the coming days and weeks, happy Passover. And here is to April Showers bringing lots of Mayflowers for us here at Monroe Village. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.
For all our winners, Ashley will take your picture for social media.
Yes, exactly.
Any of those winners.